Hello everybody and welcome back to SheffPlays, where we review zombies maps from across the Call of Duty games. And today we're talking about Gorod Krovi, which is an absolute wild ride of a map. And yeah, we're going to do our usual pros, cons, give it a rating, and then call it a video. So to start off with pros, the first one we have is the shield. And I know this is a weird pro because they all have a shield, but this one is way different. This one not only can protect you from the fire that the dragons show up and put on the floor, but it can also shoot fireballs. And once you upgrade it, which isn't even that hard of a process, then it shoots even stronger fireballs, and it's dope. Another one is the wonder weapons. For this, there's a couple of them. You can get like a straight up dragon strike, which will cause it to fly by and shoot like giant explosive projectiles into an area. You can get like the weapon I have right there, which is kind of like a ray gun variant, I guess. One of them shoots like a ray gun, the other one shoots like a black hole. Yeah, right there. And it's so cool. And when you pack punch it, it gets stronger, which I was super thankful that they made the upgrade for that just a simple pack a punch and not a bunch of weird steps considering you get it out of the box. Another pro is the location itself. Stalingrad I feel like has always been a big location within the Black Ops series. It's always had some sort of integration here or there. And so it's nice to see it finally getting like a real zombies map. And it's just super cool. And it's set up for the story, which is really nice. It makes sense where it's at if you know the story to this point. Which ties into the next point is Nikolai himself. Not the one you play as, but old Nikolai will talk to you while you go through the map asking you to do things or just talk in general. And he is in a giant mech suit, which if you beat the map, you have to fight him. Well, if you're trying to beat the map, you have to end up fighting him in the mech suit. And it is wild. The next pro is the dragons themselves. They are so cool. They do have a con about them, but we'll talk about that when we get to cons. And they look awesome, and if you activate all these core things that you have to bring to like the center power station, then you can actually ride them to the pack-a-punch, and it looks super dope. And it never really gets old. It's just super cool. It's very out of place in zombies in my opinion, but it's nonetheless one of the coolest features about this map. And lastly, for pros, we have the specialist ability, which I unfortunately wasn't able to get in this gameplay. I was trying, and in the process I ended up getting down. It is a little tiny dragon, can't remember his name, and he like attacks them and he spits a little fire, and he's just really cool. I was really trying to get it, but I goofed and could not figure out one of the challenges I had to do, and I tried to look it up and I couldn't figure that out. So I didn't end up getting it, but it is really dope. I've had it before. And now for the cons. I really don't have many, and one of them is more nitpicky than anything. But for the first one, we have the fire on the map. As much as I love the dragons, if you don't have the shield with you, the fire can be kind of annoying, especially if you're trying to do something. And I don't know, I feel like it shows up at the most unfortunate times. And for like 3 of the spots that it happens is right where a mystery box location is. And so that can be kind of irritating when you're trying to do that and you're surrounded by fire. Which in turn leads to the next con, which is the napalm zombies. And this is just nitpicky, but if the zombies end up in the fire, they become napalm zombies. And they started in Black Ops 2, I think. But it's zombies that are on fire. When killed, they explode and they like disorientate the screen. And it's really annoying, and it can get super old super fast. And then lastly is the tentacle robot enemies that they replaced the hellhounds with. I know this is like tiny, but I really don't care for it, like at all. I don't know, they just annoy me more than anything, that guy. Because even as low health as they have, if you don't realize there's one in the area and they shock you, which is exactly what happened to me while I got down, and they shock you and it kind of slows you down for a minute, and then the zombies group up on you. And when you're on like round 19 and you're trying to, like, in the middle of trying to figure out a step to do something, it it can be a be all end all, and it absolutely was. So, you know, those are pros and cons. The pros obviously outweigh the cons by double. Now that I'm looking at it, and this gives this map an overall rating of 8. Oh my goodness, sorry, an overall rating of 8. I think it's super solid. I enjoy it a lot, and you know what? I think it's definitely one to look back on and go back to. It's an absolute wild ride, and you can do a ton of things even super easily. Like the past couple of games I've gotten while getting footage for this, I didn't even pack a punch to get that Dragon Strike controller right there, which is what I was doing in this whole clip. As long as you have like speed cola and double tap, you should be more than set to get that. It's really not too tough. There's a free max ammo waiting for whenever you need it. I just go in with something that has a decent amount of ammo. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're having a good day. If you're watching early on, have a good rest of your day. See you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving. And up next, I believe, is Revelations, which is a map I'm very mixed feelings about. Not in the sense of it's bad. I kind of talked about it in the live last night, but yeah. I'll see you in the next one.
I've been watching. I have seen each and every one of your misdeeds. I know who you are.